Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV. Today we're talking about the best way to communicate with others. Are you ready? Let's get started. What is the best way to communicate with others? It's a pretty bold question to assume that I can answer for you in one short episode of Remarkable TV. Well, it may be bold, and here's the reality. This is a topic worthy of days in a workshop that we could deliver for you. It's worthy of a lifetime of study and practice, and yet there are things I think I can do for you in a short period of time that helps answer the question of what are the best ways for you to communicate with others. In fact, I have 5 things that I want to give you to think about and practice. Here's the first one. Communicate with people in a way that works best for them. Deliver in a way that works best for them. What does that mean? What that means is not everyone communicates the same way. You know that. Now, you may be familiar with a model or an assessment that talks about different styles of communication, but whether you know anything about that or not, you know that not everyone communicates the same way. If I want to communicate most effectively with you, I've got to meet where you come from. I need to communicate in ways that work best for you in terms of language, in terms of style, in terms of tone, in terms of directness, in terms of all sorts of things. But at the end of the day, it's not about what I say, it's about how I say it in terms of the way that connects for you. Deliver in a way that works best for them. Second, focus on getting your message received. Communication isn't just about sending stuff out, it's about it being received and understood by the other person. And if I really want my message received, then I'll focus on making sure that you get it. And how I deliver it, as I've already said, is part of that. But secondly, it's being aware of, intent on, and thinking about how in fact, the other person receives it. Focus on message received. The third thing is to check for understanding. Did you get that? Does that make sense? What else can I say to help? There's 100 ways that we can check, but we want to make sure that they're getting it. If it's about message received, then we got to find ways to make sure they're getting it. Now, my wife would tell you that I do this a little bit too much. That sometimes she says, would you just quit asking the follow-up question? And she's probably right. And there's all sorts of actors that have little things that they've used in commercials and a variety of things that really are ways to check for understanding, even though it wasn't a two-way conversation. We want to be careful about not overdoing that. And it's important to make sure that we're being heard and that our message is being received. So one of the best ways to communicate with others is to make sure that they're getting it, right? Fourth, be patient. You might have to say it a second time. You might have to say it a third time. You might have to say it a different way. Getting our message received doesn't completely belong to us. It belongs to the attention and the interest and the engagement of the other person. So to really communicate successfully is going to require some patience, both in terms of how we send and what we send, but also in them receiving it. Be patient. And the fifth thing is to communicate in key points. I said I was going to give you the best way to communicate with others, and I was going to do that in like 4 minutes. Now, the only way I have a chance to make any headway there is if I'm very clear on the key points that I want to make. So when you're communicating with other people, make sure you're very clear on what the key things you want them to get are. They may not remember everything, but will they remember the stuff that's most important that you help them get? So those are 5 things that you can do that give you the best way to communicate with others. I hope you'll take advantage of those, because when you do, you'll have a better chance of being a more effective communicator. And that leaves us with today's tweet. The best communication strategies are always about the receiver, not about ourselves. Remember when I said deliver in a way that works best for them? Well, the best way to get to being good at that is to have a model or a strategy for understanding different people's styles. Now, every person in the world is different, but we can use some generalizations to help to categorize people to be better at doing that. One of the best tools for doing that is to take a DISC assessment, D-I-S-C assessment. And we've created one that we've been using with clients around the world for several years, and we'd love to share it with you. It's a way for you to understand your own communication style better, as a way for you to then figure out how you can adjust your communication to be more effective with other people. And as it were, we've got a free version of that assessment that you can take, or for just a small investment in yourself and your communication skills, the ability to take a more complete assessment to get a much clearer picture about your own style. You can get both the free and the paid assessment, as well as some other great communication products at the link on this page. I hope you'll take advantage of that. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Remarkable TV.